Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Monday, November 18th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom's second annual historic crossover event yesterday at the Edion Arena in Osaka. In the main event, Micah and Zack Sabre Jr. defeated El Desperado and Starlight Kid. Mayu Iwatani retained the IWGP World Women's title over Momo Watanabe. In another title match, Great-O-Khan successfully defended the New Japan King of Pro Wrestling Championship against Suzu Suzuki. In other selected results, Natsupoi and Taichi beat Clark Connors and Thekla. And in a six-man match, Callum Newman, Francesco Akira, and Jeff Cobb beat Oleg Boltin, Tiger Mask, and Toru Yano. Two notable events also took place yesterday in the United Kingdom. Progress Wrestling presented Stay Young and Invincible on pay-per-view from the O2 Ritz in Manchester, England, while RevPro presented Night 2 of its Trios Grand Prix at the HMV Empire in Coventry, England. In Progress's main event, the team of Boisterous Behavior defeated the Smoking Guns. In other selected results, Karen Noir beat Charlie Evans, and Smokin' Aces retained the Progress Tag Team title against Subculture. In the Trios Grand Prix final match from RevPro, Danny Black, Joe Landro, and Maverick Mayhew went over Barcelona Blacklist and Zozaya. In other selected results, Michael Oku beat Iker Navarro. Sunshine Machine won a tag team gauntlet match. Leo Rush defeated Nino Bryant, and Robbie X topped Zachary Wentz. In legal news, a new criminal trial date has been set for Ted DiBiase Jr., according to PW Insider's Mike Johnson. The new date for the trial is August 26. This is the third time the trial has been postponed. DiBiase Jr. stands accused in the state of Mississippi of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and theft, as well as money laundering and other charges, in connection with an alleged scheme to fraudulently obtain funds from the Emergency Food Assistance Program and the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families programs for his own personal use and benefit. He was first arrested for the crimes in April of last year. The reason for the latest postponement, according to a report from WJTV in Mississippi, stems from DiBiase possibly needing to find new legal representation due to a possible conflict of interest. And finally, in news from outside the ring, Captain Lou Albano was posthumously inducted into the Italian-American Sports Hall of Fame in Chicago last Friday, according to a report yesterday from Mike Johnson. The induction was accepted by Albano's son, Lou Albano Jr., and grandson, Lou Albano III. He joins Bruno Sammartino, who was also inducted in 1989. The Italian-American Sports Hall of Fame was established in 1977 with other inductees including Rocky Marciano, Jake LaMotta, Joe DiMaggio, Vince Lombardi, Yogi Berra, Mario Andretti, Joe Torre, Tommy Lasorda, Lou Ferrigno, Joe Montana, and Dan Marino. Other former wrestlers inducted include Primo Carnera, Leo Nomalini, Angelo Poffo, and Randy Savage. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.